Hi, I'm Erin, and I'm not a financial planner, but I know a thing or two about finance from getting my MBA. And my goal today is to try to help make sure your future self has the option to eat filet mignon and not just ramen sometimes. So we're going to start by talking about the first decision, which is how much should you save in each of your weekly paychecks. And so when you're thinking about that decision, the first thing you need to know is, what is your average weekly paycheck? And the second thing you need to know is, do you like free money? I'm going to bet that everybody here does like free money. HEB, like a lot of employers, has a really great corporate match. So what that means is that they actually contribute $1.60 for every dollar that you put in, up to 2.5% of your paycheck. So if you like free money, that's a good number to know. Because if you put in 2.5% of your paycheck each week, you're going to get all your free money from HEB. So to make that a little bit more real, let's say you decide to put in $10. HEB is going to put in $16, which means you end up with a total of 26. And the last time I checked, 26 is better than 10, right? So that's one of the key points to start with. So now I'm actually going to walk you through, how do I figure this out for me? So first, I need you to figure out what your average weekly paycheck is. And you don't need to actually know the exact number, because obviously that's going to change week to week if you pick up more hours or you pick up less hours. But more or less, what do you make in a given week? So for the sake of example, we're going to use $300. And if you want to actually find the exact number each week, you can go into PeopleSoft and check your pay stubs that way. And your admin or any one of your store managers can help you with that. In this example, where you've got $300 and you're trying to save 2.5% of your paycheck, the first thing that you're going to figure out is, well, what is it that you're contributing? So I'm going to take $300 and I'm going to multiply that by 0.025, which is 2.5%. And that's actually going to give you $7.50. Now, I'm going to figure out what's my match from HEB. So remember, they put in $1.60 for every dollar that you contribute, up to 2.5% of your paycheck. So I'm going to take that $7.50 and I'm going to multiply by 1.6. And that's actually going to give me $12. So each week, that means I'm going to be getting $19.50 in savings, which doesn't sound like much, but you're going to do this for an entire year. So this is the week, but if you want to figure out what that actually looks like, you're going to multiply this number by 52, which is the number of weeks in the year. And that means at the end of the year, you're actually going to have saved $390. And when you multiply the $12 from HEB by 52 weeks of the year, HEB is actually going to contribute for you $624. So remember how we talked about free money? $624 in free money. And so I know, again, like I said, you have to balance your future needs with your needs today, but that's a lot of money to be leaving on the table. If you saw $624 lying in the street, would you walk by it? And so going back here, I wanted to show that for the same person who's making $300 a week, if they save 2.5%, they can end up with $1,014 a year. If you save $5 or 5%, you end up with $1,400 a year. And if you double it, and I'll go all the way up to 10%, you can end up having saved $2,000 a year, which doesn't sound like much, but when you do that, and starting in your 20s all the way through retirement, that can actually be really substantial savings. And now I'm actually going to show you what that would look like when you're going into the HEB system. So when you've gone into the 401k sign-up screen that we talked about at the beginning, there's going to be a pre-tax, a Roth 401k, and an after-tax. I'm going to talk about the difference between these three in a subsequent video, but the number that you feel comfortable saving, you're going to put it into the new rate, and you have to put it in the form of a percentage. So if you want to save 5%, you would enter it like it is here, 5.00, and you would hit continue. The screen is also going to ask you if you want to participate in auto increase. This is a program where you can actually say, I'm not comfortable saving 5% now, but I want to get up to 5%, and the system will help you grow until you reach that target rate. We'll talk about this as well in a future video. But for now, write down the number that you want to save, and we'll talk about how to make the rest of those decisions. So again, remember, you're doing this for your future self, so you can be eating filet mignon and not just ramen, and that's coming from a vegetarian.